years or 6 years ago over to email, right? Okay. Great guy, smart dude, and just a wonderful human being. The CEO of MessageGears. I don't even know what you're going to talk about. Just go up here and tell jokes. It'll be fine. But give a warm round of applause to our friend Roger Barnett. Roger.
Good job. All right. Oh, thank you, India. India works for me, full disclosure, but thank you for the shout out. I love these Message Post events. They do such a great job putting them on, but the intimacy of these events is fabulous. And I woke up yesterday morning in Turks and Caicos, so this is my first day at the event. So I look forward to meeting all of y'all tonight. And living in Atlanta, might use y'all occasionally, but if that's okay for this group. But let's dig in here. We're going to talk about how to create wow moments at scale. I think it's important to everyone right now in the time we live in, and the technological challenges of doing so, and how we can get out ahead. So, groundbreaking statement to start. Consumer behavior is shifting to digital. I don't think anybody would argue that. But this trend has rapidly accelerated during COVID. I think COVID has just exacerbated trends that were already underway prior to 2020. You know, McKinsey has this quote, which I happen to agree with, that said consumer behavior covered a decade in days around COVID. When we were all sitting in our homes in late March of 2020, we had to figure out how to buy things online, figure out how to interact with the brands we love without having to physically get in front of them. And the brands that were farthest ahead in that transition prior to COVID did the best during COVID. And a lot of them caught up very well during the process. You know, one of the interesting things about the shift to digitally led behavior by consumers is this. PwC came out with a survey that said there was a 50% increase in customers' willingness to try new products through digitally led experiences. And so as people are moving more to digital, they're more willing to try new things because they have access to it through the digital channels. And so we're moving to a world now where as brands, you either are a disruptor or you're being disrupted because consumers are demanding that you provide them with great digital experiences at scale. Digitally led experiences is what we call this at MessageGears. Home Depot is a customer of MessageGears, a great Atlanta-based brand that uses us at the center of their marketing stack. You know, when I think of Home Depot pre-COVID, I would have to go on a Saturday afternoon. You know, it's a warehouse. It's 200,000 square feet. They have hundreds of thousands of products in there. You know, you're walking the aisle searching for somebody with an orange apron and asking for three things which are in three different corners of the store. And it might take an hour or two. You just don't know. I think about the experience today. It's easier than walking into my neighborhood Ace. I can research online. I can see what products they have in stock by location. I walk into a store, and the app knows I'm in the store, so it immediately comes up with a product screen. I type in what I'm looking for. It gives me the aisle and the bin and where it's located. I can order things online in advance, have them waiting for me behind customer service. I can pull into a parking lot, and they can bring it out to me. They could ship it to my house. I could return it to the store without having to put it back into a box and ship it. It is easier and better than it was before COVID. Home Depot stock, by the way, has reached an all-time high during COVID because of their ability to interact with their customers in this way and their ability to be nimble and put MessageGears at the center of their marketing activities. Best Buy, another MessageGears customer, is a similar story. You know, Best Buy doesn't sell anything that isn't available somewhere else that you can buy it. I mean, everything they sell is a commodity from another manufacturer. And what they do is they give you a great customer experience through the web, through the app, very similar ways of looking for things. You know, when you buy an expensive electronic item, you actually like to go in and touch it and feel it and see it and compare next to them, especially ones that cost the most money. But they provide a great experience, also have all-time stock highs during COVID because of the experience, the digital experience they provide for consumers. I've been traveling a lot this week, like I said. Expedia is a customer. And think about the stakes for Expedia. If you give your customers a wonderfully digitally led experience where you can reach them if they're traveling on their mobile app through an SMS or a push message, if they're at home, giving them emails that recommend trips that they might want to take, you could get a customer for life. If you miss that alert that says your flight time changed or your rental car got canceled, then you could actually lose a customer for life. So being digitally led right message, right place, right time is critical. Expedia.com sends all of their customer messaging through MessageGears. And probably my favorite, this is not a national brand, but it's getting there, but Chick-fil-A makes delightful fried chicken sandwiches and waffle fries. And I am a big, big, loyal consumer of Chick-fil-A, but I haven't bought anything from Chick-fil-A in, I don't know, a couple years without using their app. It's just easier. It's easier. You can have it brought out to you. You can go in. It's sitting there waiting for you. You can just hop in the queue here, and they just hand it to you. You're in loyalty points. But every email, mobile push, and SMS that happens at Chick-fil-A goes through MessageGears. And we're enabling this kind of digital experience that causes brands like Chick-fil-A to have the highest scores amongst all QSR quick serve restaurants in the country. They have more revenue per square foot, more brand loyalty amongst consumers, higher repeat business, same growth year-over-year sales every year, #1 in QSR, because they are treating the customer first and doing it in a digitally led way as a restaurant. So it's all about putting the customer at the center of what you do, and today's customers requiring these digital interactions. And so if you had one customer you were trying to impress, this is pretty easy, right? You can know what this particular customer wants, what she likes, what she's done in the past, and give her what she needs with the right messaging and advertising. But the reality of it is, as marketers, you have 1 million customers in your data warehouse. And I'm not talking about customer acquisition. I'm talking about hand raisers, previous purchasers who you know something about. But giving them all the experience at scale in real time is what's challenging. You need to know who they are, understand their demographics and their location and what they want, or what they might want, even if they don't know it. When they want it, when's the right time to poke them in the arm very, very gently, maybe a soothing caress on the arm, and say, hey, now's the time where you might be most apt to want to take advantage of this offer we have, and honestly where they want to receive that message, on mobile device or over email, to receive it in real time, to respond asynchronously. This is hard. And retailers know that customer data is the lifeblood of this. You have to have great customer data, usually in a modern data warehouse, Customer 360 for the big brands here, to be able to give those types of personalization at scale. But the problem is, and there's a big but, is most marketers have a hard time accessing the data that they have about their customers to give them these wow factors. We call it data friction. It's like being in a life raft in the middle of the ocean and dying of thirst. It's like, as marketers, you are surrounded, you have so much data on your customers, you don't know what to do with it, but it's being able to access it and use it in real time is what creates issues for creating this kind of personalization at scale. And it's not your fault, it's just the way the ecosystem is set up. So you have your own data warehouse with all your customers and all their purchase history and all the demographic data you've developed, how they've interacted with your marketing messages in the past, and what offers you've given them and what they've done with those offers. But the problem is, in the MarTech stack, you have 10 different MarTech vendors that all are interacting with your customers. And in this data flow between what you know about your customers out to your vendors, back into your data warehouse is what creates this friction that creates problems with giving consumer experiences at scale across devices in ways that just work. Think about all the types of data you have. You have your customer data, but I've talked a lot about customer data, but you have pricing, you have offer data, you have loyalty data, inventory, weather data, store locator data, catalog data, all living in different places within your company. You actually, when you walk into work, you're behind your firewall, you could probably get access to all of those different data elements. It's giving those data elements in a consistent way, in a cohesive way, to all of your MarTech vendors that cause this to break down. So MessageGears, long story short, alleviates this data friction issue by going directly to the source. We alleviate the pain you're feeling every day trying to deliver these customer experiences at scale by giving you direct access to all your data. We don't make a copy of your data. You don't have to go to IT and say, I need to sync what we know about our customers to my SaaS solution that lives out here, or my 10 SaaS solutions that I'm using for all the 10 different ways I'm contacting my customers and giving triggers and offers to them. We sit on top of your data investments and leverage it directly. And then we can activate to users across segments, prioritized segments, holdout groups, across all your marketing efforts. OpenTable uses MessageGears to create audiences, and we send all of their email and push through our platform, but we send those same messages to Facebook and Google, and those same audiences with the same offers. Home Depot sends all their email through MessageGears, but they use another vendor for mobile push. They have their own .com team. For the first time, because they use MessageGears at the center of their activities, sitting on top of their data, they can send Roger Barnett the same offer in email and mobile push, and I see the same offer when I go to their homepage. They were not able to do that before MessageGears because of these data friction issues. And then finally, we have native channel execution for email, SMS, and push. But we can activate your data elements across any audience, across any marketing channel. And we can have direct access to data. It's like magic, truly. It's paradigm shifting for what you can do when you want to do it. Just some examples of lifetime value lift for the brands we work with, 15%, 20% lift in conversions, 10 times faster campaign sends. We talked to these big brands that have said it takes me 30 days to get a new campaign out the door. With us, it can be a day or two because of the elimination of all these different activities that have to happen to coordinate across data. And then finally, this last one, 50% less IT involvement. The dirty secret is SaaS will tell you that it takes less IT involvement because they store all your data in the cloud, but it's that this getting the data from where you have it to where they live to be able to use it is really the bane of the IT departments and what's causing all of your inability to personalize to your customers like you want. So, this is what I want everybody in this room to look like. You wake up in the morning, you say, I want to make my customers happy, and you can do it with MessageGears. Blue Nile uses us. We sit right on top of their Google BigQuery data warehouse. They've seen massive improved customer engagement and have been able to expand their marketing efforts greatly because of the increased interactions with the marketing messages that we're sending them on their behalf. I've talked about OpenTable. We sit right on top of Snowflake, which is their customer data 360. They've been able to eliminate multiple vendors in their MarTech stack that were trying to bridge together data because they're using MessageGears. We get things out the door faster, get better experiences to their customers, and simplify the marketing tech stack in this digitally led organization, digitally native company. Forrester says that ROI for our products are 400% in a 6-month payback period. And we work with the biggest brands in the world, the most respected brands who are, front foot forward digitally led. Brands that we're very proud to work with. Home Depot sends all of their marketing email through MessageGears. Best Buy, Expedia, Party City, the same. In fact, everyone on here does. T-Mobile actually has a couple brands that still aren't on us. But these brands use MessageGears at the core of their marketing stack to give their customers wow experiences at scale. I think too many people in here have been held back because the technology they're using is well-meaning, but it gets in the way of them achieving their ultimate goal of coordinating and sending wow moments at scale. So your technology should liberate you. That's what MessageGears does. I hope everyone in here wants to disrupt their market, and we would love to talk to you about that. I have 2 colleagues here, James in India, right there, and I might see some of you guys on the hike this afternoon, but I will definitely be around for cocktails later. I hope to speak to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.